Fair. Some days I just stand in the kitchen, staring at a pile of dishes, and the only thing going through my head is, where is my village? Seriously, where are they?
Oh my gosh, Sophia, you just put into words exactly what I've been feeling, like constantly. It's this profound sense of loneliness that just hits you out of nowhere, you know? Especially when you're in a new country, it's amplified by 1,000.
Absolutely. I remember vividly after my second was born. I just kept thinking about my mom, my aunts, my cousins back home, all the people who would just show up. They'd bring food, they'd take the baby for an hour so I could shower, or just sit there and let me cry. Here, it's just crickets.
Crickets! Yes, and it's not just the physical help, right? It's the emotional support, the shared wisdom, the feeling of being seen and understood without even having to explain everything. It's like a missing limb almost.
It truly is. And what makes it even harder, I think, is this underlying grief. It's not like someone died, but you're grieving the loss of that ingrained support system, that village you probably took for granted until it wasn't there anymore.
Grief, that's the word. I hadn't quite put my finger on it, but you're so right. It's a silent, almost unacknowledged grief. Because everyone assumes you're just doing great because you're living in this exciting new place. But they don't see you at 3 a.m. rocking a crying baby totally isolated.
Exactly. And then there's the guilt that creeps in, isn't there? Like, I chose this. I chose to move here, so I should just suck it up and deal with it, which is so unhelpful.
The guilt is real. Be grateful, I tell myself. You wanted this adventure, but then my toddler is having a meltdown in the grocery store, and I'm just wishing my sister was there to distract him while I paid, or even just to give me a knowing look.
A knowing look. That's it. Sometimes you don't even need words, just someone who gets it, who remembers you before kids and now sees you in the trenches and still thinks you're doing an amazing job. That's what a village provides, that unconditional understanding.
And when you're in a new country, it's not just that your family isn't around. Sometimes the whole culture of parenting, of community, is different. People are more insular, or they have their own established groups. It's tough to break in.
Definitely. I remember trying to find a playgroup when I first moved, and everyone already seemed to know each other. It felt like walking into a high school cafeteria on the first day, you know? All the tables were already full.
Oh, that analogy is perfect. And then you try to make small talk, and maybe there's a language barrier or cultural nuances you don't quite grasp, and you just end up feeling more awkward and alone than when you started.
100%. So what do? Because you can't just wallow in it forever, although some days that feels like the only option. We have to find a way to build this new village, even if it looks completely different from the one we left behind.
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? For me, it started with admitting I needed help, which, let's be honest, is harder than it sounds. As moms, we're conditioned to be superheroes, right?
Totally. And then you add the immigrant or expat layer, where there's often this unspoken pressure to prove you can handle anything, because you made this big move. It's like, if I admit I'm struggling, does that mean I made the wrong decision?
Exactly. So for me, step one was joining a local moms group online. Just on Facebook, it felt low stakes. I could lurk, see what people were talking about, get a feel for the local vibe without having to commit to showing up anywhere.
That's a brilliant start. My first step was similar. I found a blog by an expat mom, and just reading her words made me feel less alone. It was like, oh, someone else gets it. Someone else is talking about this specific pain point of building a life in a new place with kids. It validated so much for me.
Validation is everything in those early stages. It gives you the courage to take the next step, doesn't it? For me, after the online group, I saw an invite for a playground meetup. My heart was pounding, but I went. And you know what?
What happened?
It was awkward, super awkward at first. But there was another mom there, also clearly new, also looking a bit lost. We made eye contact, and that was it. We started talking, and we've been meeting for coffee once a week ever since. It was just one person, but it felt like a monumental win.
See, that's how it starts, right? One small connection. I always tell people it's not about replicating your old village, it's about building a new one, brick by brick. And each brick might be a different person, serving a different need.
Yeah, like you might have the mom friend who you just complain to about lack of sleep, and then you have the friend who you actually go out for dinner with, and then you have the friend who you swap childcare with. It's not one size fits all like your family might have been.
Exactly. And I think that's a really important distinction. We can't expect our new friends to replace our grandma. That's an unfair burden to put on anyone. but they can absolutely fill some of those roles and more in their own unique ways.
What about the practicalities, though? Like, even when you make friends, how do you actually ask for help? I still struggle with that. I feel like I'm imposing.
Oh, the asking for help part is brutal. I think it comes down to being intentional and also, honestly, just practicing. Start small. Instead of saying, "Can you watch my kids for an hour?" Maybe start with, "Hey, I'm heading to the park. Want to meet up? We can wrangle them together."
That's smart. Shared struggles, shared victories. It takes the pressure off, and I've noticed sometimes when I offer help first, it makes it easier for me to accept it later. Like, "Hey, I'm making a big batch of soup, can I drop some off for you?" Then later they might offer to do something for me.
That's the beauty of it, isn't it? It has to be reciprocal. And sometimes, our new friends are also in the same boat, desperate for connection and support. They're probably relieved someone is initiating.
I've started to realize that. Everyone's looking for their village. It's not just me. We're all kind of out here waving our little flags, hoping someone sees us.
Right. And it's okay if your new village is digital too. I mean, social media gets a bad rap, but there are some incredible online communities for expat moms, for moms of kids with specific needs, whatever it is. Those connections can be just as vital when you're physically isolated.
Yes, I think that's where I started to really heal from that initial grief. Seeing other people online, sharing their struggles, asking for advice. It normalized so much for me. It made me feel like I wasn't just failing at being a mom in a new place, but that these challenges are universal.
Absolutely. It's not a reflection of your inadequacy, it's a reflection of a societal shift. Our ancestors lived in tight-knit communities, that's just how it was. We, in this modern, globalized world, have to actively create that support.
And it's a constant effort, isn't it? It's not like you build it once and you're done. People move, circumstances change, kids grow. You have to keep nurturing those connections and keep being open to new ones.
Definitely. It's an ongoing project, but it's one of the most important projects you'll ever undertake as a parent, especially when you're far from home. Your well-being, and by extension, your kids' well-being, depends on it.
You know, one thing I've learned is that it's okay for the village to look different. It might be smaller, it might be more diverse, it might not always feel like that big warm hug of family, but it's yours.
And that's the beauty of it. It's built on shared experience, mutual respect, and often the courage to be vulnerable. It's a village chosen, not given, and there's a unique strength in that.
So true. To anyone listening who's feeling that ache, that deep loneliness of having grandma back home and doing it all alone in a new place, you are not alone in feeling that. Your feelings are valid.
100%. And please, take that first tiny step today. Reach out online, say hello to another parent at the park, or just acknowledge that you need support. That's the first and most courageous step towards building the beautiful, unique village you deserve.
It truly is, because everyone deserves a village, no matter where they are in the world. And if you have to build it yourself, brick by beautiful brick, then that's exactly what you do.
Here's to finding our people, wherever they may be. Thanks for this chat, Elena. It really helps to just talk it out.
You too, Sophia. It always does. We'll catch you all next time.